What it look like, my two-piece podcast family? We are back again to talk. We ready. We ready. As you see, I'm actually looking like I'm working. You know, I got my laptop, I got my notes, I got my phone. You know, I got my drink and I got my shades. Oh, shades alert. New shades. Easy. 1, 2, 3. And all that good stuff. So let's just jump straight right on into this episode. And we've been talking about a lot for probably 10 plus years, but it's really come into play these past 5 years. And it's about friends. What about your friends? How do you categorize somebody as your friend? You know, that friend could be a family member, that friend could be a co-worker, that family could be a anything. And you know, it could be a work friend, you know, college friend. But again, who do you classify as your friend? And what characteristics do you put in to a person as your friend? Trust, loyalty, anything. I mean, there's just so many characteristics. When you need a shoulder to cry on, they're there for you. They help you. They always got your back. And a good lie, bad lie, all that good stuff. Even some bullshit you want to throw in to tell your ex or your boyfriend, or if you out late last night creeping doing something, and your boyfriend or girlfriend call your best friend and be like, "Where they at?" And they up on the lie. They got you. They got you. Isn't that what's his face? What's his name? Sure. Kevin Hart. Didn't get Kevin said, "You my best friend. My bullshit is your bullshit. Your bullshit is my bullshit. So you got to have one of them." But needless to say, you know, it's all good. But my concern is when you're with friends and you travel with friends and you party with friends and you go out with friends, what do you do? Do you look out for them? Do you make sure they're okay? Do you make sure, hey, everybody in the group, everybody good, everybody come together, everybody go together? Like back in the day when we were younger, like I was born in the 1900s, you know, 1900s and the 76s. My parents used to say, if you all go together, you leave together. If you go out to a club, if you put your drink down, you don't go back to that drink. And your friend has to make sure you don't go back to that drink. And if you're partying up and having a good time and everything, and somebody comes up to you and be like, "Hey, come with me," or "Come home with me," and you get out in the parking lot and you get in the car with them, no, everybody getting in the car. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to get in the car. If you don't get in the car, nobody get in the car. If I get in the car, everybody get in the car. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about that. So I'm really concerned and really want to talk about, you know, the young lady from Charlotte who went to Mexico with some friends that she had grown up with, some friends that she'd been friends with for a long time. And unfortunately, this young lady lost her life. And these so-called friends left her there. Like, what does your conscience say when you have a friend and you leave them there? You leave them hurt, you leave them dead, and then you come back like there is nothing going on. For example, I went on a trip with about 12 people for a birthday. First night we had a great time, pool party, dinner, drinks, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, we had breakfast. Breakfast was good. Everybody went to the beach and the pool, and guess what? Somebody said something to somebody else and they had a issue. They were pissed off. That messed up the whole lunch. And then the girl went to the other girl and slapped her in the face. Like totally disrespect, totally so many issues. And they continued and they had these things going on. And then next thing you know, they fighting in the pool. So people had to jump in the pool to separate them because the girl was slamming them down in the pool like you're trying to drown her. Like you're that angry because Yeah, she slapped you, but you said something to her offensive, so we get physical. So now we're in the pool fighting. We're trying to separate everybody. And once everybody calmed down and the cooler heads prevail, I was one of them, trying to tell them, hey, calm down, everybody, go to your own corners. Let's talk about this. Let's be done. The person who actually invited us on the trip said, trip over. Let's call the airlines and everybody get a trip back home today. We had 3 more days there. Trip over. Vibe killed. Ain't nobody gonna be hurting on his watch. So everybody left that day. It's horrible, but everybody came back alive. But you have to understand when you go to, especially foreign places. Now, granted, we were in the States. When you go to a foreign land, you have to be extra careful about what you do because Americans over in certain countries aren't favorable. So you have to stick together, number one, in groups, but number two, you have to be safe. So if you go out and you're drinking and having a good time, you got to have that one person that's going to be that logical person to get everybody back to the one place. Yeah, we're on vacation. Yeah, we don't want to have to deal with thinking about being that responsible adult. But guess what? In these days and times, you have to be a responsible adult. I don't like the adulthood anyway. I don't want that hood. I'd rather go back to my mama hood, the parenthood, the early parenthood. So that's what we have to understand about friendships. And somebody else said, I can't remember, somebody else said something about loyalty. When someone shows you that they're loyal to you, they will have your back. But guess what? Loyalty has an expiration date too. And the best thing and the best way sometimes some people show you how really they're loyal to you, let a misunderstanding happen. They will show you their true self. Small misunderstandings will bring that true self out. And they could be, as y'all call A1 from day one people, or who you grew up in preschool and things like that. Some of those people change. Some of those people take different directions. So when they do that, you grow apart. Yeah, I knew him in 5th grade. Yeah, I knew her in 10th grade. Yeah, I knew her in college. But there were different levels of your life and in how you were growing up and how you looked at people, because you can't have everybody in your life. You can't have everybody that has been in your life since 1st grade still in your life now. Now, if that is true, that's great. I have a dear friend who I've known since 2nd grade. Love her dearly. I was in her wedding. She came to my graduation. She came to both of my graduations, actually. And we're still in touch. We don't talk often, but we're still connected. And when we talk like we've never missed a beat. I've met people in college that actually are closer to me than people that in high school. But when you grow, sometimes you have to upgrade your friends. And sometimes you have to upgrade the things and places that you go to in order to get where you need to be. People fall off. It's okay. People have expiration dates just like food, driver's license, and everything else. So when it expires, guess what? It's okay. Because that means that you have elevated and you excelled. No, you haven't changed, because people will say, oh, you changed, girl. You changed, boy. No, I just got upgraded. And I upgraded myself. And it's okay when people fall off, because that means that they're not going into the same journey that you're going to. That's all it is. So, and another thing, you got to make sure your house, which is your vessel, and your mind is on one mindset before you let somebody in your house that you live in and in here, because them same people can bring bad energy to you and into your home. And you have to make sure you are on an even level ground before you let any type of people in. So people, smug, sage, meditate, bring good energies and good vibes into their homes, but they also do it for themselves, and they keep good energies around them. So when you keep good energies around you, you will manifest into greater things. I'm not going to try to preach to you, because I'm far from a preacher. I know the Bible a little bit, but I ain't going to hit no scriptures. But I'm just saying, know who your friends are, know who the loyal people are, but not the loyal people, know who the real people who have your back. Because if you're in trouble, who's the first person you're going to call? And sometimes you can't call mom and daddy, but you can always call that best friend who's with your bullshit and who's with your shit, but also who has your best interest at heart. So that's all I have to say about that as far as friends, are concerned. So, guys, I just want to say again, I appreciate you listening to me, my little rants, my raves, my hoo ha, whatever you want to call it. But, this is me. This is where I am. And I have gone through those stages of losing friends. I've gone through stages who I've let people in who I thought had my back and didn't. And then I've also let people in my life who are so genuine to me that I will flip heavens, earth, change plans, and rearrange things for them because I know they'll do the same thing for me. So if you have a crew that you travel with and you vibe with, or you have dinner with, or you do your once a month things with, that's your core. Keep that core. That's wonderful. Everybody needs that, but everybody needs to know themselves first, and then their circle knows them, and no one will be able to infiltrate that. So again, just know who your friends are. How many of us have them? Just like Houdini says, the ones you can depend on. So, guys, thanks for listening. I appreciate you logging on. Thanks for my subscribers, y'all. I got some subscribers. Y'all actually listening to me. Thanks for all the good feedback on the few episodes. Thanks when I am out and about and I see you giving me good encouragements, giving me some good criticism, and some great feedbacks and ideas on what I'm doing for the next shows. So I just want you to, like the page on Facebook and IG, Two Piece Podcast, and also go to my YouTube page. Link is down below. Let me know what you think. And if you want to, you can email me. If you want to be on the show, email me at 2piecePodcast@gmail.com. That's the number 2, PEACE, podcast, all one word, @gmail.com. Love you for it. It's time for me to ask where we're going next. Shades on, drink up. Until next time.